Alright, what's going on guys, Gus here, welcome back to some more Black Ops 2 gameplay. This is League Play, and I did go alright, not saying it's one of my best gameplays, probably one of my worst on League Play. I usually go a lot better than this, but it's just something I had and it's quite impressive I guess. But yeah, today's commentary is actually going to be a story time, and it's going to be about what happened today when I was at Hungry Jack's. So, I was with my mate Kel. Shout out to Kel. We're just chilling in Hungry Jack's eating our food as usual, where we see two girls from this school around where I live, which is known for having misbehaving children attending that school, which I can totally agree with. This is my first encounter with a child from that school, and yeah, I can agree why people see them as that. But yeah, you hear more about that in a second. But you know, we're eating our little ice cream thingo, and we see these people walk in. Now these people were actually very ugly, not trying to be rude, but they were ugly as shit. But yeah, so they walked in, they ordered, and then they sat down. Okay, so my friend had his ice cream and I went to go pick mine up because it was ready, and I went and walked back to the table where, you know, my friend tells me, yeah, these people saying, is that seat taken? And I'm like saying, oh yeah, can I sit with you? I'm like, yeah, it's like in a weird way, but anyway, so I went over there and they just wouldn't shut up. They would say stuff, or you know what they said to me? They said, you look like Justin Bieber. I'm like, oh, are you kidding? You're 12 for sure, kid. And you know, I just proceeded, just didn't say anything. I was, you know, just hanging out, eating ice cream as a normal person would. Those kids obviously wouldn't know about that because they go to that school. I'm not gonna name the school, but it's pretty bogan, like pretty housing commission. But so yeah, they were calling me things like, oh, Justin Bieber, and they just made up these weird names. And he called my friend Zane. Like, what? The only Zane I know is the one on One Direction, and he looks nothing like that. Okay, so I'm not sure why they were saying that, but it was quite weird and not even funny at all. It was so 12y. It was such a 12 thing to do, but yeah, and they, like they said, you know what happened next? We were sitting down and they were looking at us, staring completely. And I decided to, you know, have a glance over what they were doing, and they were just saying, stop staring at me, stop looking at me, I know I'm sexy, but just stop. Like, yeah, I said, oh gosh, and I just proceeded on to eating my ice cream, and then it continued for about 10 minutes, and that's when I got quite angry at them. So what happened next was I actually snapped back at them and said, hey, you're obviously 12, you're such a 12y, stop doing that, you're obviously a 12-year-old, you have no human rights, and that was pretty much it. And then what she said was, do you even know what 12y means? It means slut. And oh gosh, that has to be the dumbest thing I've heard, because 12y does not mean slut. But yeah, that's what she was anyway, because she was looking for attention, so so obviously she was 12y and a slut, but I don't care. She can do what she wants. And what happened next was quite funny. They were saying, after they said that, I said, yeah, so you come into a restaurant and just disturb people trying to have food, and you're disturbing them. Do you think that's okay? Do you think that's acceptable in public? And I just said, you're a public nuisance. You're a nuisance. And they were like, it's not a restaurant. Do you think Hungry Jack's is a restaurant? For you people in America, Hungry Jack's is Burger King. It's the same brand, but just different name. But yeah, so yeah, I was like, do you think you can come into Hungry Jack's and look for attention and stir people up? And you know, I felt very powerful by saying that, because actually a lot of people did look at me when I said that. Like, they were all like, yeah, that's good. I believe in that stuff. And it was actually really cool. A lot of people turned their heads and said, yeah, he's right. No, they didn't say anything, but yeah, guy next to me was quite he was laughing a little bit. And then she said, "Do you think that's a restaurant? Hungry Jack's isn't a restaurant." I was like, "It obviously is. What is it? It's a place you go in to eat food, is it not?" And it was, honestly, they just, before you talk shit, at least have knowledge, at least go to a good school. They need Jesus for sure, but anyway, they were just nuisances, and I kind of embarrassed them, I guess, because as soon as I said that, they actually stood up and left. And a little background of this story, they were also doing it to many people. I noticed before I went to sat down, there was a kid, just an average person wanting food at the counter, and he was just standing there with his hat on, and they went up behind him and said, "Hey, you're not allowed to wear hats inside," or something like that. They were just recluses. They were so retarded. And people like that really piss me off, thinking that they can, be above everyone just because they go to this school when they don't have behaviour systems at that school. You know how daggy this school is? They don't even have a uniform. I know no schools in America do, but at least they know how to behave, like seriously. But these kids, they don't have a uniform. And I think the reason for that is the school doesn't want to be embarrassed and advertised in that way. Yeah, but they honestly have the worst behaviour. Leave a comment below if you know what school I'm talking about. Or leave a comment below if you want to know what school I'm talking about. I reckon there's a couple people that know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. They got up and left, and actually no, the end part of the story was, we were walking down the street and we see them in a car sticking their hands out the window putting the rude finger up. Like, what did we do wrong? How did I offend you in such a great way? Was that really offensive towards you? Did that make you really want to kill yourself? No. It really was quite embarrassing, sitting near people like them. But at least they were the ones in the wrong and I wasn't. And yeah, that's pretty much all that happened. Just let me think if anything else did. Did anything else happen? No, nothing really happened after that or before that. Just, yeah, it was pretty much that, and it was so, stupid and just so, like, out of the ordinary. But for that school it was quite ordinary because of their stupid behaviour issues. But that's pretty much it. Subscribe if you're new, like if you enjoyed the video, and I'm out. Peace.